Hi everyone, this is Emily Leiphart from Art from the Heart. Welcome to our 8th video for the Too Many Cards video series. Avery Elle is our generous sponsor today, and we're excited to be playing with the Peekaboo Pals stamp set and coordinating dies. Any stamp set that includes a panda is a winner in my book, and this is one of the main reasons why I couldn't wait to create with this set. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that my son was a koala for Halloween when he was 3 years old. He used to call him a koala when he asked us to pick him up. It was the cutest thing. I've also been a huge fan of sloths since my trip to Costa Rica back in 2001, so I'll be featuring those 3 animals on my card today. This set is jam-packed with a total of 7 animals, their paws, and an assortment of party hats, hearts, and stars. The sentiments allow you to create cards for at least 6 different occasions. If you're a new crafter and looking for a starter set with animals, this is the one. If you're a seasoned crafter and want to add something unique to your stash, I'd highly recommend this set. It will certainly come in handy for kids' birthday parties and cute cards for my son. I'm also going to use a retard set called Snow Caps to create a tree trunk for the animals. Most of the cards I've seen featuring the Peekaboo Pals stamp set use the animals with 2 paws, as if they're peeking over an edge. I want to use the animals with all 4 of their paws wrapped around a tree to make them seem more realistic and to create movement. I'm going to use the 2 landscape dies from Snow Caps to create the shape of the trunk, and I may use the stick trees as smaller branches or twigs, and the clouds as foliage. At this point, I'm not sure if it'll turn out as I'm imagining it in my head, but I'll give it a go and see where it takes me. I'm going to start by stamping the 3 animals and their paws multiple times to have extras in case something goes wrong and also for future cards. I condition the stamps with my palm since they're new, then I ink them up with archival ink for watercoloring. My ink pad is a little dry, so I ink them up twice to get good coverage. The Misty stamping tool makes it easy to do this. I rotate the cardstock and restamp to get multiple images of the animals. I'll repeat this on a second piece of watercolor cardstock, which I didn't include in this video to keep it nice and short. After choosing my mini distress colors and smooshing them on my craft sheet, I wet my brush and start coloring the animals. I'll speed through this coloring process 20 times to focus on my design. All of the animals I choose are neutral colors, which works out well since I will lay down most of my color in the tree trunk and the background. Here's a closer look at the colored sloth and koala. I love the way Victorian velvet gives a pink glow to the koala's ears and cheeks. It's my favorite color to use for cheeks. After all the coloring is done and the panel is completely dry, I can die cut all the pieces. I hold the dies in place with removable tape and run the panel through my Big Shot. I cut the bodies first and then the paws. With the repeat stamping, it's easy to peel off the tape and reposition both paws in the exact same place. Now that I have all 4 paws cut out, you can start to imagine what the animals will look like on a tree. It's time to create the scene for these cuties. I use the 2 landscape dies from Snow Caps to cut out a tree trunk, also from watercolor cardstock. Since the Snow Caps die set has been retired, I've linked to 2 other Avery Elle sets that you could use in its place. I need to make the trunk just the right thickness so the animals' bodies don't look impossibly long. I also want to find the right combination of curves so the trunk looks natural. The way to do this is to create a mock layout using the sloth. It works very well, so I'm going to go ahead and hold these dies in place and cut it. Now it's time to sponge the tree trunk and background, making the rainforest come alive around these animals. I used brushed corduroy and walnut stain for the tree. My fingers were reacting with the sponged pieces, so I had to use a paper towel to hold it down. As you can see, I end up die cutting the tiny trees from Snow Caps to use as branches, but I didn't end up using them in the end. For the right scene, they'll work beautifully, so I'll save them for a future card. When adding color to small pieces like this, a dabbing technique works best. After sponging the bottom of the panel with evergreen bough and wiping the craft sheet so I don't contaminate the sponge, I'll sponge the top of the panel with peacock feathers. Again, my fingers started reacting with the ink, so I had to grab a paper towel to hold the panel. I'm going to splatter the panel with a shimmer mist instead of water. I want the wicking action, but I also want shimmer at the same time, so this works nicely. I pull the tube out of the bottle and tap on it to splatter the shimmer mist on the panel. I press a dry paper towel down to wick away color, and I end up with a beautiful effect on the sponged background. I started with the panda at the top of the tree, right below the sentiment, but he ended up at the bottom of the card. The little koala looks perfect, sandwiched between the two larger animals. I also had two of the animals upside down at first, and decided on this as the final placement. I need to keep all of these little pieces together, so I start by using mini glue dots to adhere the paws to the tree. The sloth's paws don't look right, mainly because of the nails, so I decided to score the dye and wrap it around the trunk. I just love how this makes the sloth look so realistic, as if he's actively climbing. Isn't he cute? Now I can adhere the bodies to the trunk, and I make sure that they're all on the same angle for uniformity. Next, I stamp the sentiment, also with archival ink. I adhere the panel to a craft card base and attach foam tape to the back of the tree and animals to pop up the entire piece. I just want to make sure that the entire unit is centered on the panel. That means there's the same amount of space between the left edge of the card and the sloth, as well as the panda and the right edge of the card. Since the flat bottom should be flush with the base of the card, it was easier to line it up with the card standing. Here's the finished card. I had such warm and fuzzy feelings after making this, and I want to make a bunch more. I have birthday cards to create, so maybe those will be next. As I rotate the card, you can imagine all the silly scenes for these animals and how cute they are wrapped around the tree. They really come to life when there are paws everywhere and their bodies are on an angle. I'm already imagining a bunch of horizontal cards with sloths all over them. Avery Elle is giving away the Peekaboo Pal stamp set and coordinating dies to one lucky winner. Be sure to leave a comment here on this video as well as Kaylin's video. You must be a subscriber to both our channels. Comments will close at 11:59 p.m. Eastern on August 7th. The winner will be announced on both our blogs on August 9th. Unfortunately, the winners from the last two videos in this series did not come forward, and quite a bit of time has passed, so we will be choosing new winners to be fair to those who visit our blogs and YouTube channels often. Please head over to Kaylin's blog and YouTube channel using the link below to see her take on these adorable Peekaboo Pals. As always, I love to hear from you and your comments are greatly appreciated. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more inspiration. Supply links are below if you're interested in any of the products I used in this video. You can also visit my blog for stills and more information about my cards. Thanks so much for watching!